Hey, welcome back with another tutorial or how-to video or whatever you want to call it. Nobody's watched my previous videos yet, no problem, mate. Special shout out to my people in Indonesia and the Philippines who are watching me. Thank you. So let's get started. This Rimjobworld, right? Let's hope it doesn't get pulled off YouTube, otherwise I have to put it out in Vimeo and we don't want that. First, let's get your RimWorld ready, right? So you do your RimWorld. I have it on Steam. You can get it from wherever. Just make sure that you have here on Steam, if you go to betas, with the latest 1.4, that's 3901. Otherwise, some of your mods won't work. Obviously, by this time, 1.5 is out, but the Rimjobworld community hasn't updated everything to 1.5 yet. They need extra time for that. No problemo. For the time being, we use 1.4, or if you encounter any issues, you can use 1.4. While this all starts up, which is taking awfully long, I'm gonna present you with multiple methods and optimizations. One is a mod pack that I offer myself. I'm gonna show you how to install that by using RimPy. Please don't use Mod Manager or prepare carefully ENDB or some other ancient primitive ungulate mod that you found somewhere. There's no need for that. We're going to use RimPy. If you really want to, you can just put it in the mods folder, but that's up to you, I guess. It's going to start up now, finally. After that, I'm going to show you how to do it yourself. Not all the mods, just a quick walkthrough of the most common problems you can run into, because it would take me an hour to show every mod. It takes me an hour to assemble the mod pack actually, but to share it just takes like 10 minutes hopefully. After that, I'm going to show you some optimization. Texture optimization will significantly increase the speed of your game, and I advise using either, I think they call it a Rim Rocket or Rim Threaded, which is available on the workshop of Steam. I prefer Rim Threaded. I know a lot of people don't. It's up to you in the end what you use, what kind of optimization, but I'm gonna show a couple of them at the end of this video. RimWorld is now initializing the vanilla version, and we're starting up RimWorld first because there is a little problem. When you install these mods, there will always be errors, as you can see. Turn the volume down. There. So these errors, they will shut down your game unless you go to options, and I think it's gameplay. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Nope. Alright, def. One of these here, general, has development modes. Turn that on, it's very useful. You see these little buttons at the top? You can change a lot in the game with that. You can spawn pawns, so entities. You can make raids happen. You can spawn items. You can add H diffs, I don't know what you call them, to characters, so you can change their sizes, so to say. And when you turn this developer mode on, you go to developer tab, there's this auto reset mods config on crash. Turn that off. It's gonna mess with your game. I think that's all. Yeah, that's all. So you just turn this on, turn that off, and that's all. You can quit again. I'm gonna go as quick as possible. We're already at 4 minutes now. That's one down. So first you get RimPy. Just go to Google, type in RimPy, boom, go to the GitHub, not the whatever version they have there. You go to releases, and that is the latest, but you're gonna go to one that has Windows assets, assuming you're working with Windows. You download the Windows zip. That will take a moment. So my mod pack is available through a link that I will provide in the YouTube video, which leads to my personal website. I cannot link Lovers Lab URLs because it's against YouTube's guidelines, apparently. I don't know. It's some weird bullshit. And you can find it on Lovers Lab. Both the websites and Lovers Lab are under the name Banana Mate. The website is banana-mate.com, and the Lovers Lab version is just Banana Mate. If you go to my website, you can find both the link to Lovers Lab and to the Dropbox link. So you have your RimPy, you unpack it, and you'll get this little thing here. I already have it. I have it here. I gave it a fancy icon. You run RimPy, but you don't just run it. You can either run it as administrator here, but what I advise is going to the properties, going to compatibility, and run this program as an administrator. Not because it is a virus, but because it needs administrator rights and privileges in order to put all the mods, to load all the mods in, to get to the config files inside the app data folder, and for different diverse reasons. So that's really important. Click yes. And you'll be looking at this. You won't have all these mods here. And it's okay. Alright. Next up, say we're using the mod pack, right? I have my little mod pack here. You'll get this zip right here from the Dropbox link from Lovers Lab or from my website. You extract that. Meanwhile, go to your library, to RimWorld. You open the directory. And you can just go to this directory path. It's all an option. It will look like this. Maybe you won't have the mods folder. You probably will. And maybe you definitely won't have my backup folder, which is for after I'm done with this tutorial. This mods folder is where all your mods are gonna go. What you do when it's extracted, you can drag this folder over here. Because it's open in another pro. So close your RimPy, drag it over there. Why is it open in another? What place of man? And it will copy it over there. Oh, you see a problem there? It is a double directory, so it's mods and then again mods. Oh, Control A, Control X, paste it in here. Double directories are very important. Sometimes it's missing one path directory, and sometimes it has a double one like you just saw. That goes for the mods too, if you're manually installing them. Make sure that they're not double or straight out, because then there's a chance that software can't read it, or we will have troubles doing so. Now you have your mods there. We'll go to RimPy again. Should make a shortcut for that. And over here, you'll have a list of your mods. Not all these mods, but the mods you just locally installed. I have my list here. I can import my little list. What you do, you just click everything that stands here. So just rapidly click everything, and you want to put it in this order. This order is very important. It has to be in this order. I'm going to explain you later why. You don't necessarily need rim threaded. Maybe a couple mods slipped in that you don't need, that you can get out. And if you don't want some of these, like Dub's bad hygiene, there's probably something you don't want. Just get it out if you don't need it. You can delete them too. And another thing is, in that mods folder, you see all the ones that have numbers. Those are from the Steam Workshop. They are included in my mod pack because you need them in order for some of these Rimjobworld add-ons to work. Okay. That should all be good. And you can run the game from here when it's done. We'll run that really quick, and I'm going to show you how to manually do it. So this is the fast way you can add mods to this. You could even manually add those workshop mods instead of using the ones that I provided. You can all do it your way, but this is the fast way of getting it working and avoiding an hour of looking through all the mod pages and see what they require to work and in what order they're supposed to be, because they have to be in a specific order, which I'll show in a minute. This is going to take a while, so we're already going to move to the next step while that loads up. When you go to Lover's Lab, you'll find Rimjobworld. The degenerate mod, as they call it. I think it's awesome though. You would download that and you put it in there. This is their load order. You see already Harmony, Core, the DLCs, Hugs Lib, very important. Other mods, then Rimjobworld, then the add-ons, and then performance mods. So you already have one load order. When you get to those add-ons, there is one in particular that is very important, the animations framework. You have a lot of them, even one of mine. Where's mine? That one there, it's mine actually. What's important with this framework, this video is gonna need a lot of censoring. Yeah, so with this framework, you have a load order too. Their load order is practically the same, but it's RJW, so Rimjobworld, then the add-ons, then the animation framework, and then the add-ons for the animation framework. Okay, very important. It has to be in that order, similar to the mod pack I provide. So this one comes to the top there, and all of these go below it. You won't need those, but all of these animations come right below that, and then performance mods, unless otherwise stated. RimJob or RimPy will show you if there is a problem. It will show an error. If I move this, yeah, okay. So you see, it will show an error. You put your mouse on it. It should be loaded after RimWorld. Should be loaded this or that way. Requires that mod, etc., etc. List goes on. So you need this order. I'll deploy it again slowly. If you download all those mods, you will have to put them in this order, one way or the other. It's not my order, it's their order, you know? Let's see what's next. Yeah. Is it loaded up yet? Great. Okay, do it dev quick test. Show you it's working. After this, I'm going to show you that you have to pick a specific appearance for your characters. So you see they're walking, they can be drafted. If they stand still and you can't move them around, something is broken. If you cannot load up or generate a map, there is a mod usually from the Steam Workshop that breaks your game. So you have to, when you experience that problem, you have to take out like this part or that part of your mods, put them out, see if it works again, then put the half of that back in, see if it works again. You have to do trial and error in order to establish if it's working or not. Then, for the next step, I'm going to show you the RimWorld or sized April 0. I'm a fan of RimWorld. I think you can see, yeah, you can see the differences here. Not super significant, but okay. You either pick these from RimWorld and its add-ons, or you pick sized April 0 and its add-ons. It says it here. You cannot use both at the same time. Okay, so you pick one or the other, and it reflects upon everything you do below here too. Some of them are for RimWorld, some of them are for this other, what's it called, sized April. Then the next step would be extracting folder, yeah. So some of these mods, particularly this one, now before I do that, by the way, I'm going to mention something really quick. You see 1.4 behind here everywhere. Some say 1.3. Don't get to 1.3. If you're working with a 1.4, don't get 1.3, okay? And soon it will say 1.5. Don't get 1.4, obviously. It's not going to work. They're not compatible. They work with different pointers and different everything, you know. So that Romance mod I just showed you, that leads to this gitgut page. Gitgood. Okay, whatever. At least here. This chappie made a whole mod. Great. Or they made it together. I don't know how they did it. They seem quite experienced. They know how to program C#, but they don't know how to make an about XML. I don't know why, but I'm gonna show you. it's gonna blow your game. This is not the only one. This is an example to show you what could potentially go wrong and why you should watch out for it. So we'll extract it here. Open it up, go in there, and when you put this mod inside of your RimPy and you put it in here, it will display an error. Why will it display an error? If we go in the about folder, go to about XML, and we edit it, it's gonna say package ID Rimjobworld. That package ID is being used by the main mod, so obviously it's gonna show an error. This is not even their author. The author is someone else. They just copied this and pasted it in there, but it doesn't work like that, you know. So there's a few things that can go wrong here. First, here, just change it to romance or something, you know. Another problem that could be is that it is working. Like many mods, they still do work, but they didn't update this version, which can cause issues. To fix that, simply copy that line and put 1.4 behind it, or put 1.5. So that's it. And then you would save that file like that. You put it back, you reload your RimPy with this little button here. You press save, and it's done. It should work. The folder inside folder, yeah. So this is a mod. You click on it and you have all these little files here. That is the mod, okay? What you don't want is, say here we have additional folder. It goes inside there. This additional folder, you place it in your mod folder here. This one goes in there. The software tries to read it. It goes inside, and it sees only this folder instead of all these folders and the files. Sometimes it will have hiccups. It will have troubles reading this. What you want to do is make sure that you don't have that additional folder. You only have that folder in there. Sometimes, I don't know why they do that, but some of them zip it. They compress it in such a way. How do you say? They archive it in such a way that when you extract it here, this is for when you're manually doing it, all right? You extract it here, and all of a sudden you have these files here in your mods folder. This is also not what you want. So you don't want an additional folder, and you don't want these files to randomly be in this mods folder. And it will happen to you, because it happened to me too. I used all the mods from 1.4. I put them in there manually, and all of a sudden I had some of these mods that were like archived in this manner. So they had like random files just swirling around there. This is not going to work. Okay, additional folder or having it extracted like this, it's gonna cause problems. It's just not gonna be able to read it. So we did versions, package names, extraction, which packages to pick, the load order of RGWay and anime. So that's pretty much how to do it yourself. Then we'll move on to optimization. If it's manual, you have to figure it out yourself. You use this list, the load order still, the same way. And if it's a mod pack, you also use the same load order. But when you do it manual, it's your responsibility. You have to figure out how it works. I put some extra mods in here. You can take them out, like I said earlier. And then optimization comes at the end. So that is Rim threaded performance. That is Dub's performance analyzer, and Rocketman. Oh, it's Rocketman, not Rim Rocket. Rocketman is the most popular one. Like it says here, they are sometimes not compatible together. That's why all these three are not there below Rim threaded or above Rim threaded, because they affect the way the threads work. They they conflict with each other, to put it in simple terms. So you can't put them all together. Maybe some of them, but definitely not all of them, and definitely specific ones you can't. So you have to pick one of them. I just pick Rim threaded, so the game runs on a lot of threads. I like it that way. Then again, Rocketman is the most famous one, so maybe you want to go with that. That is up to you. Let's move on to the next thing. Add, the main creator of Rimjobworld, or some of those big guys, said don't use modloader. If I can find it. Actually can't find it. Nope. Anyway, I already unsubscribed, that's why I can't find it. There is a mod which displays mods being loaded in. So the first screen that you get in RimWorld changes, and you get this fancy bar, and you can see which mods are being loaded in, and it claims to be faster. It might be faster, but it also causes conflicts. Some of these creators of add-ons and Rimjobworld said it in the forums, and I absolutely trust those people. They're highly skilled. They do a lot of coding, and they definitely know what they're talking about. So don't use a mod loader. Pick your performance optimizer, maybe Rim threaded or some other kind of thing, whatever you prefer, and you're almost set. This will significantly increase the speed of your game, these performance optimizers, and this little trick that RimPy has, which is the optimization of textures. You click that. You select all. Do your CPU or GPU. I have a 490, so I'd go with GPU. Yeah, I'm bragging about my 490, wouldn't you? And what you do then is convert the textures. It's gonna convert all the textures to a DDS format, which is able to, well, it says it right here. Better RAM, better VRAM, better VPS, all the possible things. So do it. It's good. It takes maybe, like, with 500, 400 mods that I have, it takes like an hour, you know, but that's okay. Just run it on your CPU or whatever. Just convert those textures, let it run, and you have a really smooth game. And if you're really overkill, you turn this upscale textures before conversion on, and you turn it to 2000, and it will take like 4 or 5 days, maybe. You know, I've tried it. I let it run for one night, and it was at 11% with my 490. And then I was like, well, you know what? I'd rather just play the game. So if you're really overkill, use the upskill. Otherwise, just do it like this. Select all, convert the textures, and let it run for like an hour, maybe 2, tops. You need this Graphics Plus mod to use these DDS textures. You can get it here from this link here, or you can look it up in the Steam Workshop. And we're going to start up again. You know what? Close that. Clear it. No, wait. Makes sense, wait. Graphic settings, okay. So drop it in there and then rerun it. You need that mod in order to use the DDS textures. And from what I understand, just putting it in there is not going to do it. You have to start up your RimWorld and click on the little icon in the menu, and then go to calculate, which I'll show. While that is loading, I'll show you how to get my mod pack. It's here, banana-mate.com. And you have all the stuff for my games, all my mods, and my Patreon. If you wanna, support a brother in need. And the outside in HIO, but I haven't released yet. I'm still working on the game. Alright, let's not get off topic. The mod pack is right here. Just click on it. You can go to the Lovers Lab link or the Dropbox link directly. I'll just use the Dropbox link because if you go to Lovers Lab, you end up at the Dropbox link anyway. I put it in that manner. You can also check out my other mods. I have one other mod at the moment. And since I put this out an hour ago, I have 35 downloads already. Very nice. And that's how you download the mod pack. This video is taking a lot longer than I wanted to. Come on, respond. So yeah, check out my game. I'm working on it really hard. As in the bottom of my screen you can see I have Blender open, I code, I animate, I write stories. It's gonna be awesome. Alright. Graphic setter. Yeah, I would just put this to max, sharpest, trillionaire, not billionaire. And then go to memory and recalculate. So it's going to calculate all those textures you just made with the optimized text, and then they're cached. From what I got, I presume it works like that. I think so. I'm quite confident in it. That's going to be it. This is going to be my last video for a while. I wanted to make these for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 videos, just real quick. Hope you enjoyed them. I hope they help out. I'm gonna go back to my work. Maybe I'll be back in a couple years. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe I'll be back tomorrow. Who knows, honestly. I do what I feel like. Please do consider supporting my Patreon. I'm working alone as a developer on an entire game. And it's not easy, but I really enjoy it, and I hope to bring out a product that people also like. At the moment it is of a futa genre, but in the future it will be of all genders. So it will be applicable for all categories. I'm starting out with the category I like the most. If people like it or not, frankly I don't really care. And then I'm gonna expand it. And in the future I'm planning on bringing out more games, more stories, etc, etc. That's gonna be it for now. I hope you have a wonderful day, and Bye bye.